boys and girls. As you can see, my new bike is the Sinnis Terrain. Picked it up, well, they dropped it off the other day, yesterday, Friday. Yeah, I was 42 miles on it, bizarrely. Must be testing or something. Yeah, it's £3,000. Sorry, £3,100 on the road. It's very big for a 125. It's about as big as a Honda Veradero, I'd say, if you're familiar with that. Excuse me. And obviously, it's very GS looking. It's very large. It's got loads of road presence. It's got lots of style. It looks really cool. The dash is nice. It's got USB charger. I love the panniers. I love the crash bars. It's very nice. Unfortunately, yeah, it does have its bad faults as well as its good ones. The good ones is basically how it looks. Like I said, it's very big. It's very brash. It's got loads of road presence. Looks like a GS. And unfortunately, yeah, it's a little bit downhill from there, to be honest. The gearing's set quite low, so you do have to give it quite a bit of welly to get it going. I know you do on the 125 anyway, but even more so, I think it could do it going up a couple of teeth. It's probably down to euro5 or something. That's hard to say for sure. It's very top heavy. It's very wallowy. It's like trying to smuggle a fat woman down a flight of stairs. It's not particularly a heavy bike. It just feels, when you're riding along and cornering, it don't feel very planted as such. It's a bit wallowy. You know, it bobs and weaves about. It don't feel particularly great. I guess that's because it's a tallish bike and you probably get used to that. The chain is terrible. I know that's a weird thing to say, but as an experienced rider, you can feel the chain. It's very twangy and it's not a positive pull on the back wheel when you're giving it some throttle. As a new rider, you probably won't even notice, but as an experienced one, you would. It just feels very twangy and stretchy. It feels like cush drive's gone. You know, it's that kind of feeling. Hopefully it's not that, but that's the sort of feeling it gets. It's a bit twangy and pulley, and it's not a positive pull on back wheel. You can feel it's not. The major problem with it was absolutely terrible, in my personal opinion, is the fact was the link brakes. They're borderline dangerous, I think, in my opinion. As a new rider, like I said, you probably won't even notice, but as an experienced rider, you would. Like, for example, you come up to a junction and you'll come off the front brake and you just sort of trail with the back brake just to steady the bike. Can't do that. If you give slightly too much back brake, it can lock up the front wheel and the forks will dive. I've done that quite a few times already and I've nearly dropped it, and it's very disconcerting. Not to mention, it's like that on the road, and it's allegedly an off-road bike or an adventure bike. Who uses a front brake on an adventure bike? It's like a super no-no. And most of the time we off-road, you use the back brake. Very rarely you use front brake off-road. For the same reason, you don't want any pressure, any locking, any kind of resistance on the front wheel at all. When you're going through mud and anything slippy, it's not a good idea. But like I said, about 6 times, well, not 6, about 5 times, you have to be really careful with it when you put on the back brake. But like I said, if you give it slightly too much, you think it'd lock the back wheel, but it doesn't. It locks the front wheel, and it goes boom, and front wheel's But folks, really go down. It's scary. It just feels really odd and weird. That is rectifiable though, to be fair. I can't do it yet because technically speaking it's not my bike. I'm still paying HP on it, which is higher purchase. That word. The one where you've not paid for it yet. Once I've paid more than half, it's legally mine. So at that point I'll make a few tweaks. First one being, I will unlink the brakes. It's a very simple procedure, and I'll certainly do that. It'll change its characteristics completely. It'll be a different bike, more or less, and it'll be a lot safer to ride, in my opinion. Whoever thought of link brakes, they want fucking shooting. It's a ridiculous concept. It's just scary. Anyway, I'll unlink the brakes. I'll probably go up a tooth, maybe two at the front, to even out the fact you have to rev its brains out to get it to move. And I don't mean like you have to thrash it. What I mean is it's very high revving all the time. No matter what gear you're in, it's really high, it's really high revving, and the gearing is really short. You're constantly up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and it gets on your nerves. Like you're practically redlining it permanently, just to even like at 30-40 miles an hour, it's nearly redlining, and it shouldn't be that high. It's ridiculous. Like I said, that's probably euro5 in this. So I reckon if I change gearing and bring it down a bit, well, go up, but bring the revs down rather, it'll be a much safer limit, if that makes any sense. You won't have to you won't be revving its nuts off. I'll do that. Obviously I can change the chain anyway, that's not a big deal. I'll get a JT chain for it, a gold one, a decent one, and then it won't be like riding a fucking twangy band. It's like a plastic band's pulling it. You can feel it. It's weird. Anyway, I'll put a decent high quality chain that'll transform its riding capability as well. The top wallowiness, there's not a lot I can do about that. I think even if you took boxes off, took crash bars off, I don't think it'd make much difference. I think it's just the characteristics of the bike, and it's just something you have to get used to. I know I've kind of slagged it off a bit, but it's not a deal breaker. It's doable, in my opinion, and I mean, it'll be transformed, and I'll enjoy it a lot more, I think, and get a lot more fun and enjoyment out of it. With as far as the link braking thing goes, there's no way in a million years I'd take that off road. I won't even drive it across I won't even drive it over a tiny pile of cow poo, let alone fucking sludge. No, oh god, no. In ice. Can you imagine when it's icy and snowing? Jesus Christ. Nope, I'll give that a miss, thanks. But they're for future projects, and I will document those for you, and you can follow along with me. That's it, really. But as a styling exercise, and the bike, I do really like it. It's nice looking. It's got lots of road presence. Like I said, in the other stuff's not really a deal breaker. It's doable to equip it to my taste, shall we say. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoy. I know I've kind of slagged off the bike, but I do recommend it. It is a nice bike. And as a new rider, the little problems I've pointed out, you probably won't even notice. You probably won't even get a second thought. But if you're not a newbie and if you've riding for quite a few years, you'll quickly grow to not like it, I think. In its current format, anyway. Anyway, that's it. Stay tuned, subscribe, and all that wonderful stuff. I'll catch you on the flip flop. It takes a lot longer with spray, but you can really get in there.